Welcome back to episode 3 of the 2025 season with your True Sons here, brought to you by the Players Lounge. Man, I am Kevin Rutland here with Jeremy Macklin and Sean Weatherspoon. What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Man, we doing good over here in the A, man. We posted, loving the football is back and excited to be on the pod tonight.
J-Man, how's St.
Good,
Louis
man. I
doing,
can't
man?
complain. I can't complain, and if I do, who's gonna listen to me? So,
I'll listen to you. I'm your friend.
all right, you my dog, my
I'll
dog,
listen to you
my
any
dog.
day, man.
Big
So
week,
this
big week.
big week. We got KU this week, but before we get into KU, let's recap last week, man. There's some things that happened with Mizzou, some things that happened around college football. So we get right into it, man. First question: did Mizzou pass the look test versus Central Arkansas? In my opinion, when you play a team like Central Arkansas, you're supposed to come out there and put 60 points on them, right? But it's supposed to look like it got out of hand early. Did we pass the look test, Jeremy?
I think the final scoreboard says we did. I think if you're leaving that game, I think there's two things that come to mind for me.
Mm-hmm.
One is offensive line's a little shaky, right? I thought Central Arkansas got a little more pressure than I
Mm-hmm.
would like to see from a tier team like that. And then on the other side of the ball, I think we're really good defensively, but are we going to be able to get after the passer like we used to be able to in previous years? Now we had two sacks, but
Did.
my guy had both of them. So, like, are we going to be able to do those two things? One, protect the quarterback, and number two, are we going to be able to get after the quarterback? But I think all in all, I thought the defense played well. It was good to see, Marquise go out there and have a great game.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I would like to see that other ball get thrown in stride for a touchdown, another touchdown. But uh, man, for me, I think those are probably my two things that when you're playing a team like that, that I would have loved to have seen us just be dominant, like
Mm-hmm.
literally almost no pressures, right? Three, four, five sacks, right? Like,
Yeah,
or a bunch of pressures. You know what I mean? That for me, like that's kind of what I wanted to see.
definitely. Spoon, what about you?
I kind of look at this like a letdown from last year. We had a shutout last year, the
We
first
did.
game. So for me, for them to give up that score, I think the defensive coordinator, Coach Batum, he got to do a good job of, letting them know what the standard is. Because just giving up that score at the end, like you almost want to put the ones in there when they get close. But ultimately, it's their first time going against other teams, and they don't get a chance to do like a lot of high schools are doing, playing guys in the early summer. You get a chance to
Mm-hmm.
go play other people. So I think Missouri did a great job of scheduling the preseason to where it kind of builds up. You get that first week just
Yeah.
to get out there and mix it up, hit some other people, see where you're vulnerable at. And I think, like Max said, the offensive line having to replace what they have to replace going forward. That's one of the, one of the areas that you'll be concerned about. Obviously, we're down a quarterback now, so to keep the starting quarterback healthy right now has to be the main thing. We don't want the young guy having to get too much work.
Mm-hmm.
But on defense, thought they came out. You can see that depth in the middle of our defense. A lot of
Hmm.
transfers come in, a lot of experience, and they did a great job of negating, what Central Arkansas could do.
Mm-hmm.
Only passed the ball for 73 yards. I think that's pretty bad right there. So gave up 4 yards of carry. That's just something as a coordinator you look at. Giving up four
Mm-hmm.
yards of carry. We rushed for about almost 6 yards of carry. So you kind of look at it, and in the SEC game, it's going to be a lot tougher than that. But you got KU
Definitely.
coming up this week, man. So it's a great opportunity to get a big one, to get it rolling, and five more after this one. I'm sorry, five more at home.
Yeah.
After this first one, and it seems to be the recipe for success as the season goes.
So, Spoon, I'm gonna stay right here with you, man, on defense. Can you truly assess our defense versus a Central Arkansas?
Nah, I'm gonna cuss them out because 4 yards of carry, we just
Yeah.
ain't having that. I remember when Matt Eberflus was there, we played in the Big 12 North, and we beat Kansas State for the first time in 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we were high on ourselves. We came in the meeting room the next day just chatting. Everybody was chatty patty, excited about it. Man, Coach E came in there flipping tables and throwing scout team books. I'm like, man, this got to be an act. But when you look at the stats, the kid number 14 that year, I forget his name, from a Dallas kid,
Mm-hmm.
had. I mean, he was just running the football all over our defense, and it was a rainy day, so it's one of those days where you hand
Yeah.
it off. But 4 yards of carry is alarming, especially against Central Arkansas. I think that's something that we can hold on to and try to get our guys' attention to know that what it's going to take to be successful in the SEC.
Definitely, definitely. Mac, let's go back to the offense, man, for a second. Talk to me about the quarterback play, and then we can dive in a little bit deeper. But what did you see from Bo that you liked? What did you see that you thought can be improved upon? What are your initial thoughts?
I think for me, I didn't know Bo was that good of an athlete. I know I wasn't familiar with his athletic ability, but according to everybody else, everybody kind of knew that he could do some stuff like that. They were trying to see can he drop back and go, from his first read to his second read to his third read, get to his check downs. But I think for him, I mean for me, I thought that was surprising. It was good to see that third target kind of emerge a little bit in Manning, right? I
Yeah.
believe it was Manning, right? He kind of emerged a little bit, so good to see him get involved. A name that y'all may not have know about, but I know about him here in St. Louis, Jude James, another tight end that kind of gives us home run ability.
Mm-hmm.
It was good to see him get involved and have a big catch. So, I thought collectively, I thought all across the board, I thought it was spread out. I thought it was good. I thought you saw Hardy do some really, really good things.
Yeah.
So I was really excited and to see that. I thought Kirby called a really good game. Like I said, if I'm nitpicking, once again, if two doesn't get all that separation, man, I think the post ball, I'd just like to see him hit him in stride, and that'd be a touchdown. But he hit one earlier, so it's just one of those things, man, where if I had to be critical of something, that's what I'd be. And then I talked about it earlier, the O line protection. I think that is something that Kansas is looking at right now and trying to find ways to try to maybe overwhelm my offensive line next week.
So let's talk about quarterbacks now. I mean, I think we all obviously know it's going to be Bo's show, and you just kind of personally, I hate to see it happen without getting to view the competition live, right? Coming in that game, we all thought first half we see Bo, second half we see Horn, and then you see Horn show up early, and unfortunately, I mean, it's a physical game. He goes down to injury. Would you guys, in a perfect world, would you have liked to see Horn get a full half of football, maybe with the ones, to see how he would have produced against Central Arkansas?
I,
You guys,
I,
Yeah, go ahead, Jimmy.
I'm gonna say me personally, unless Drink was just gonna keep his foot on the pedal the whole entire game, it's really hard to get a fair assessment, anyways, when one guy's playing probably more meaningful minutes than the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, to me, the way he was playing them kind of told me who he thought was one already, and it was kind of like, hey, Sam's been here, he's been a part of this program, he's battled some injuries. We do like him, so let's put him out there. Let's see what he can do. But to me, I felt like kind of with how they had things kind of scripted,
Yeah,
I think Bo was probably his guy going into it.
I agree. Spoon, what do you think about it?
Well, I feel as if Bo went in the first drive and scored, correct?
He did.
And then Sam ended up coming out the next drive. Is that kind of how it transpired?
Well, it wasn't the first play of the next drive,
Ah, okay.
I don't think, but it was his first play entering the game.
Yeah, that doesn't really make a lot of sense to me if it's a true quarterback battle. I would have liked against this opponent. I would have liked to see him drive for drive because
Ooh.
we can overcome this opponent.
Mhm.
And like Max said about the valuable reps, like we had him down by, let's see, it was I think 26-0 at half. I mean that game's over. So if Sam would be coming in the second half, I don't think is as valuable as a process when you're talking about figuring out two different quarterbacks. But at the same time, I get where Mac is saying, like, he respects what Sam has done, his staying in the program. Guy's already a professional drafted athlete, someone
Yeah.
that really loves football and really, wants to get a real shot to see what he can do at that level, not having much experience. I think it was fair, but at the same time, just unfortunate that he went in under those circumstances and left the game. But, I would have liked to see more. But, I mean, when you
Yeah.
got Bo doing what he's doing in this game, the way I know he's probably the oldest guy to be a first-year starter at Missouri to have these type of numbers, but he's the first-year starter at Missouri to have this type of game is something that's unprecedented at this university. So that's going to be a big deal. But the only bad thing about it was the Central Arkansas Bears, and now things are going to get real, and now we don't have that backup quarterback.
I
That's kind of
know.
I'm telling you
well,
right now,
yeah. I mean, we got a great.
he's a baller. Zollis is a
I,
baller.
But
I
he's
like that.
young.
I do
He
like
He
young.
that.
is, but he's a baller. I'm telling
Yeah,
y'all, he's a baller.
I agree, Matt.
Okay.
I agree. I just don't want him to be, brittle when he get out there.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you throw him in SEC play. Yeah, I mean, it may be the best thing for him, but I was hoping that we kind of protect him because he's coming off an injury from
Yep,
last year.
that's
Let's
right.
get him
That's right.
comfortable. But
That's
at
right.
the same time, hey, if he's ready, shoot, I love to see him now. If Bo can't get it done, I'm gonna be calling for him. So I mean, I'm not biased. I'm not biased when it comes to that quarterback position because I believe we need to have one of those guys that's going to be in New York at the end of the year from Missouri to be what they need to be. I think we already had the play it safe kind of Brady Cook thing, like where it's like, he's great, good athlete, not going to do anything to wow you, but takes care of football, makes great decisions. I kind of want the guy out front, just tearing people's ass up in the SEC. Like that's what I want to see. I want to see that dominant quarterback performance, and I
He
hope we
want to
got that.
see. He want to see sellers. That's the type of
Yeah.
quarterback he want to see.
See,
Hey, look,
I mean, the
I
hype is
agree.
there.
I agree. I think if you look around, like take last year, for example, like Jackson Dart, those guys, it was no question who the best player on those teams were. You know what I mean? Like we all understood.
Mm-hmm.
And at times you do kind of want to see that for the Tigers. It's like, oh, I want my leader, the guy in that position, to be the best player and not even be close.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I think right now, I think with how the playing field is starting to even itself out in college football, right? We like with just talk about NIL, but like now a lot of these guys going to these other places, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be a lot harder to stack your roster and get away with a quarterback that's kind of average if you think you're going to win, what is it, 15 and win a national championship? Is it 15?
Yeah.
16? I think your quarterback's going to be asked to do a little bit more now because you don't have six, seven first round draft pick receivers on the team anymore because you can just rise up and go to the next place. You don't
Mm-hmm.
have seven, like 5, 6 running backs all drafted in the first 2 rounds on the team anymore because these
Yeah.
guys are going other places because one, they're getting more
Mm-hmm.
money, but number two is like we're now in this play now where I want to play right now. So like, why am I going to sit behind? You're not going to have a Clinton Portis, Edgerrin James,
Nah,
On the
Willis
Frank
same
Gore.
team.
McGahee all in the same. You know what I mean? That's not
It's
happening no more.
impossible.
Yeah.
So
I mean, so are we saying today that we do have confidence in Bo? Are we confident that you know what? Hey, this is going to be the starter. He can lead this team to a 10+ win season. Spoon, what do you think?
I think that's how the season has started for us. When you look at it, you look at the body of work in that first game and know that this is an older kid that has experience that, really did a great job in his first showing. You have to think that sky's the limit there. I just hope that when we play competition that's a little bit more like us, that we can continue to see that athleticism, that moxie, the accuracy in the deep ball throw. I think that was pretty cool to start the game off with. But I would just love to see that play against better talent. I think that'll be what confirms it for me. But we got to let that kind of sort itself out. But I tell you what, you go out there and you get that ball away. I'm like, get him out of here, coach. Like,
Immediately.
I mean, I just know what I know on him. He looked great, man. I expect that showing this weekend, and I'll be in the house.
yeah.
Hey. So look, that's
So
perfect
will
segue.
I.
Perfect segue. We will all be in the house Saturday at 2:30.
Kevin froze on us.
Oh no,
You
we'll
back?
all be in the
Bring
show.
him back.
Oh, am I back? Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, you
We'll
good.
all be back in Mizzou this Saturday at 2:30 to watch Mizzou take on that
Hey,
team. We can talk about that game now. We're here. What you got?
wait,
Jalen?
real quick.
Yeah.
I believe Bo can get the job done because Drink went and got him. Okay, here's why I say that. Drink's not rebuilding. That's not his mentality. His mentality ain't I'm trying to rebuild. No, he's trying to reload. He's trying to. We heard him talk last week, right? Like, to be the first coach in Missouri history, 3 back-to-back 10-win seasons, like all these
Yeah.
things. Like he ain't in the business of rebuilding, right? So
Yeah.
to me, I think that's why you can have faith in him, even though he hasn't done it yet. I think you can have faith in that because you got faith in what Drink wants to do at the University of Missouri. That being said, like I think you come out here, you perform well against Kansas, and you take care of business. Like you can start getting a lot more excited about
Mm-hmm.
Bo. Right now,
Yeah.
I think right now the confidence is in the vision. Right?
Yeah. I gotta piggyback.
Go ahead,
Just
Sean.
one
Yeah.
more thing.
Yeah.
This is my thing about these quarterback-driven teams, right? Is
Talk
that's
to me.
where the game is moving.
Yes.
I like the quarterback power, like that you can run it, you can impose your will on defense. When I watched Florida State play Alabama, they did what Alabama does, run the ball, but
Mm-hmm.
they did it with the Q. And I just see, man, that's what I'm dealing with on film as I'm watching film right now, like getting ready for these teams that don't have as much, talent per se, but they
Yeah.
run a system. Man, they line up that QB power and they just hit you right in the teeth. I don't know if our quarterback can go in the teeth of an SEC defense, and maybe not a lot of SEC quarterbacks can do that. But I think the ones that will have that type of mentality where the quarterback will run the ball, I think those are going to be the teams that are going to be standing later on in the year.
Look, I'm not saying Bo isn't the answer, but I think, like you guys both said, like over the past 3-4 years, the transfer portal has been like this hot spot to find the next quarterback. You mean Daniels from LSU, Will Howard last year. Like everybody is transferred. What's my guy from Cincinnati? They went to LSU. Like Joe Burrow. Like
Yeah, Joe
everybody,
Burrow,
when you transfer, Cam Ward, Shador.
Thomas Castellanos, who we
Yes,
played last year at Boston College
like
or
and now
at
he's.
Mizzou.
So I'm like, I feel like when you go in
Carson
the
Beck.
portal,
Beck on TV
like
now.
right now, like when you go in the portal, you're going to find a quarterback who is going to transform your program. And yeah,
I don't. You go find a quarterback to help you win now. I like. It's tough. The Jaden Daniels and Joe Burrows don't happen every
they
day.
kind of do.
No, like so you.
I mean, they
Cam
may
Ward
not
Let
have
me
the
ask you a question.
success.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
Did Will Howard? They won a natty, but are you putting his effect on the same level as what Joe and Jaden did?
no,
Okay, so
And that's tough.
therefore,
He's kind of being punished though for having such a great defense as well. Because when I looked
yeah,
at his numbers and I looked
yeah,
at Dylan Gabriel numbers, I mean, he was worthy of being drafted around the same place. He was one of the most accurate quarterbacks in college football
yeah,
last year.
but you go, but I think, but yeah, at, but then you go to the eye test, right? You go
Yeah,
to the eye
no,
yeah,
test at that
yeah.
point.
And
I guess what I'm saying is like when you have a roster, right? Because at the end of the day, like Ohio State's kind of a not like because they had the best roster in football last year,
they
right?
did.
And I don't even know if it was maybe Texas last year, like
Texas could compete defensively, but maybe not offensively last
you know
year.
what I
yeah.
mean? So that's a little different. But I'm saying like if you're good, like you go find a quarterback, which is what I think Drink did. You go find a quarterback that you know that can come in and at minimum, right, fulfill your expectations of what you have for your ball club. Then, if he succeeds the way then it's like, okay, now we can make this playoff run. Now we can do all these other things. Will Howard was the perfect fit at Ohio State. Like I said, that's kind of like a one-off because, I mean, that roster was absolutely loaded.
Yeah, it's not fair.
Absolutely loaded. But I'm saying, like, I think that's what Drink went and did with Bo. That's what LSU went and did with Jaden. Like, Jaden didn't win a national championship. He won a Heisman because, I mean, he's a hell of a player, but
But
he
that's
didn't
right. He
go
didn't.
win a
No,
natty.
no,
You
he
know what I
didn't.
mean? So, like,
Hmm.
I think as a coach, that's kind of how I would view the portal when I'm going to get a court. Look at the Iowa did. Well, that's what they try to do with the one that played at Michigan, but he ended up getting hurt.
Oh yeah,
Was
yeah,
it?
yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like,
Mm.
I think that's kind of more so what these teams like Missouri, Iowa, some of these kind of like, I mean, you're above average, like you're good, but
Hmm.
like in order like to be great, you can't take a big risk because like then you go down and you win 7-8 games. You go get that guy that can get you 9-10, and then if you play well and you guys gel well, now we're looking at 11. Now we're looking at making a run at the playoffs. So I think that's
Yeah,
kind of what the mentality was when you go get a Bo, right?
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to like going to pay a Carson Beck $4 million. You know what I mean, or something crazy
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Because I don't know. I don't know, man.
I like that.
It's kind of like your bang for your buck, right?
That's a great way of putting it.
Yeah.
Like it's you go pay $4 million for a Carson Beck, you might still end up with 10 wins. Where you might get the same with Bo. It's like was it worth $4 million? Probably not.
Yeah.
Or the kid that left Tennessee that's at UCLA now. If you go get those guys, it may not pay off So now you just kind of gave somebody a bunch of money to be just as good as you were last year.
Right on.
It can happen. It can happen. But let's get into Kansas, man. Let's get into Kansas. I watched Kansas play, and traditionally I never watched them play. But because we were playing them, I was like, you know what? I'll give them a shot. And their quarterback, Jalen Daniels, actually, senior, experienced, he can play football. I hate to say it. He can play, and I think if I'm going into this game, that's the only worry I have. I think the defense plays fast versus whoever they played against last week, but the quarterback is special in my opinion. So Spoon, defensively, how do you stop the dual threat QB, man? With that's smart as well.
Well, I mean, to me, it's going to be predicated on, stopping him from running the ball. This guy ran for, I'm sorry, let me check him out. They have a run game, so you definitely have to stack the box, make them one dimensional. This guy passed for 456 yards last week, and looked like seven touchdowns. Now it was Wagner, so it's maybe so that's why I be looking at Bo like a little, like hey, that was a great game, but Central Arkansas, I don't get it, but at the same time, they had the same type of game. So to look at what they've done, they had some great starts to the season, but you got a real opponent coming up this week. So I think it's a fair game. I do like the additions that we made to our front. I like 40 over the top, man. He's bringing a lot of energy as well. I think it's Trotter. He has that NFL, pedigree. He brings excitement when he makes plays, making splash plays, celebrating out there with his teammates, has his own little. He's doing the axe move just like his dad did for the Philadelphia Eagles and the SFA Lumberjacks down there in East Texas. And I'm just really, proud to see a guy in the middle, moving around that way. And I think when you got a guy standing over that quarterback with that same type of pedigree, then you want to get some pass to that quarterback and get him off that spot. Let's see if he can be accurate when he's moving. And that gives us a chance there because we play a tougher schedule than they do. I mean, I'm just gonna give it to them just like that. We played a tougher team last year. A lot of guys with a lot of experience. I'm looking for some big games up front. The kid that had the 2 sacks, J Mac, transferred in from Georgia.
Yeah.
He should have a pretty good game this week as well. And I like the physicality of Zion on the other side, the Atlanta kid. So when you got two kind of bookends that can keep that quarterback in the pocket, then now we can kind of funnel that right to the teeth of the defense. So I think that'll be the plan. But we already got a pick 6. So if you're going to go out and try to go for 450 yards, you're going to be throwing the ball a lot. So we'll get an opportunity to compete against that passing attack that Kansas has.
J-Mac, what do you think about offense? What do we have to do to exploit Kansas defense?
Man, I think a lot of what we showed against Central Arkansas. Well, first and foremost, get the run game established. I like Hardy a lot. I like him a lot. I think he's a really, really good football player. I think Jamal Roberts is also a really good football player. You establish that run game, and I'm interested to see can these Big 12 guys in the trenches come play with us in the SEC, right? Right. That's what I'm interested to see.
Great question.
Because I don't think that they can. I think if we physically impose our will, right? I think that even if that game is close early because of the emotion of it and all the other things, I think eventually, I think it's too much for them, right? You agree?
Yeah, I do agree. I think Kansas, from what I saw versus was Wagner Spoon.
It was Wagner last week. I think they're 2-0. They had Wagner last week, and I got to check the first week.
Just as bad of a team as Wagner the previous week, but
Fresno State.
Oh,
pretty good win. Pretty good win against Fresno State. Both of those were in Lawrence. I will give them that.
The only thing that scares me about this game is inside their locker rooms, which I hope it doesn't. I know Drink has done a great job with bringing people back to talk about the rivalry. Does it mean more to Kansas than it means to us? I think our goals are playoffs. I think their goals is let's be relevant, right? Let's be competitive, right? So, could this be something that we possibly not mean as much to us as it does to them because of what our goals are? But in the same breath, Frank, in order to achieve our goals, you can't drop this one.
No, you can't.
You know what I mean? I think that is how the rivalry is great. But I told y'all this, man. It's tough. These kids, they didn't grow up in the same time that we grew up, like
Mm-hmm.
understanding the hatred and all this other things. So like,
Mm-hmm.
while it's great that we've done that and brought in people to talk about it, like it's just really a still hard thing to grasp because like they didn't grow up living
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hopefully the motivation is it's the rivalry, it's great, this and the third, but hopefully the motivation is like, yo, we playing SEC. We can't be dropping out of
You can't.
non-conference games if we
Yeah.
want to go to the playoffs.
No, you can't. You simply can't.
Exactly. So
Mm.
What you
One
got,
thing that's
Smooth?
great. One thing that's great about this game is we get to have it at our place, and so you may not know about what this game means, but you'll come out that afternoon and you'll see a different. It kind of
yeah,
reminds me of how I found out about it.
Yes.
I'm like I kind of just inherited. Oh, I'm with it. I didn't know how serious this was, what this meant, and some other schools have taken that title as the longest rivalry other
Mm-hmm.
than the academies now. And I think Missouri knows it. I think Kansas knows it. And they're going to be talking about that this week. Going to hear those fight songs in both of those teams' locker room. And we should see pretty motivated effort. But I like us at
Yeah.
home. I think, if they come in there with the Red Sox, we really going to have to dust them off. You feel me, Mac?
hey, I think in '08, and y'all can correct me if I say this right,
Mm-hmm.
if I was speaking out of, but I thought '08, I thought the game meant more to them than it did to us. I
It
thought
did.
we were by far the better team. I thought our season, we didn't have the season that we wanted to have, and like I felt like we walked into that thing sleepwalking.
Easy.
Went into that thing
Great point.
sleepwalking.
You're right on it, Mac. I mean, it wasn't as important because the stakes weren't weren't as high either, too. Remember,
Right.
like that
Mm-hmm.
year before they were undefeated. Here we are, 10-1. Only loss came on the road at Oklahoma,
Yeah.
and everything just kind of set up, right on time. I think it's early, so that's good. Both teams still got
Yeah, it's
everything in
early.
front
Yeah,
of them.
it's different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
That's a good point.
man, I hope it means something to these guys. But you're right, that '08 game, I wanted to make it mean a lot, like, but it's
Yeah,
then
it's like, yeah, it was just
but
like
it was
we
tough.
sitting here, man. We 9-3, and
Yeah.
oh no, it just didn't feel right, man. Or,
You remember the weather in that game?
man,
Yeah.
We had like 4 different weather changes. It was like sleet,
It
freezing
was
rain,
crazy.
snow.
yeah.
Wild game, bro. But this game, man, I can't wait to get back to Como, man, to see this game in
Same.
our stadium. Haven't seen this since our freshman year, man. So this is going
I
to be a
know.
sight to see, man. And Como's going to be live and up for it, man.
It will be rocking, man. So Tigers, and Tiger fans, please show up strong Saturday at 2:30. My
Yeah.
goodness, please show up strong. We will be there, looking at one, just to enjoy Columbia again, and then 2, come on now, you get to have KU at home. I don't know if you can ask for a better situation
Yeah,
to reinstate this rivalry. So let's take care of
man.
business, guys. Take
Hey,
care of business.
if you need me to come in there with one of them Michael Irvin speeches, I'll get on hey, give me the honey pack. I'll be right in there. Boy, pop the blue. That boy in there lit. I get
Yeah,
the boys right. Tears coming out my eyes, snot out the nose. You know how we do
I'll
it.
give you all that. Look, before we close, let's talk about some things around college football. We've got some upsets. Florida State beat Bama. LSU just beat Clemson, even though I don't consider that really an upset.
Blue
But
bloods.
it's tough to tell so soon, which I like having these big games early, but I think it's a disadvantage for an SEC team to lose these games. This is why.
Hey,
Look,
what I realized,
yeah.
bro, you better have some national championships in your closet to play these type of games the first week of the season.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Because if you lose these games and you're looking like LSU last year, we might get into the championship. What you gonna do? Just hang your hat on the fact that you got them championships, but you're out of the picture right now? I mean, it's tough. I take my hat off for them playing these type of games at the beginning of the year. It's exciting for college football, but it's also risky too, man.
So one scenario, what happens if a team like Florida State who beats Bama, right? They were number 8. Florida State was unranked. What if Bama goes on to lose in SEC play 2 to 3 more games? Is that still a big win for Florida State? Because Florida State, in my opinion, has the ability to go into the ACC and win it. I don't think Clemson is good as they were ranked.
It's a big win, but it's a big win more so for where Florida State's trying to get back to.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah, the season before they went 13-1, they were undefeated, got
Running
snubbed
last year, yeah.
right? Then
Yeah.
2-10, and you're like, So like that was a big win for them.
They have to
And
schedule those games.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, like he did a great job of revamping that roster. But what people are not talking about, them coaches that he has on that staff, man,
Fire.
that staff is impressive, dog. I am a big fan of what he has done with that football team. They didn't just beat. It wasn't. Here's the thing. It didn't surprise me that they beat Bama. It was how they beat them. They physically beat Bama. When was the last time Bama physically got beat in a game? Physically.
Well, Bama's not the same Bama.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But
only time they're not the same Bama.
It's the same
hey, the only
Bama.
time.
What's that for?
The only time they're not the same Bama is when they lose.
Yeah, that's what it is. When the kids in the portal, when the draft is on the brink, like now they can lose.
But wait. Bama, no offense to their current head coach, but it was a different Bama last year in his first season. Than
to me, this is what I think it is. I think that his style of how he coaches and his and how he. I don't think he came. No disrespect to Washington, did a great job at the University of Washington.
Scored a lot of points.
Bro, man, you better bring your big boy pants. I don't think that's what's going on. I think it's not that it's a different breed of player. I think it's a different style of coaching.
You think that just can't work at Bama?
I think that it was a big culture shock for him and the players that were there, and I think. For whatever reason, it didn't mix.
I think too, man. Like it's the mindset of this conference. You kind of have to conform to what we got going on over here, man. And I think Florida State, they wanted to be a physical football team from the get-go. When you look at last year, they know that they have to have that look factor to their team. They came out they threw the ball 14 times.
Yeah.
They threw the ball 14 times, so they ran it 2 games worth of runs. So that, like Max said, just out physically you 46 rushes at 5-1 a clip, like, and the quarterback, the leading rusher.
Yeah,
man, I don't know how long they can sustain it if you keep getting him hit, but he's a tough little dude. But I never seen a team in the opening week push Bama around like that, man. That was different, man.
I know.
That's different.
Because you also got to say this, right? Like Bama's still getting 5 stars, still getting 4 stars.
Yeah,
they still getting the recruits now. Like I said earlier, right? Are they getting 3 deeps worth of them? Probably not.
Who is?
It's that iron sharpening iron that's a little bit missing because
you know what I mean.
Great point.
Yeah,
maybe not.
The practices there got you ready. Like
yeah. So like
22 personnel.
I think that's I mean, and Bama's still a blue blood. Don't get it twisted now. And like so, I'm interested to see how well they bounce back because like to write them off. No, right now that's probably realistically. There's probably 5 teams in the SEC that could win that thing, 5 or 6, and they're still one of them.
And I guess when you look at it too, with Bama going through change, like the run they went on with Nick Saban was just, I mean, it gotta someday, right? Like it gotta go back to like what Bama was when we were in school.
It's 6 legit SEC teams still.
Yeah,
that just based off of like. Who they are alone is going to be there in the end if they give us what we're semi used to.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I've always been a big SEC guy. Like since we started this show, based off of week 1, I cannot say without a shadow of a doubt that we are the strongest conference.
Who's stronger?
That's fair.
You think the Big Ten is now?
The Big Ten.
We'll see.
I mean, you come
just
take
the matchups. The matchups are going to be tough on them just because of the foot speed at the skill position. I'm telling you, man. That's where it's going to.
They just handle business versus Texas.
I think if Texas plays any other Big Ten team opening week,
bro, it's like Michigan last year. Remember?
They play any other Big Ten team week 1, they beat them, including Penn State, including Oregon.
Big Ten solid. I just don't know if they can run with the SEC, man. Bro. SEC can run.
I also don't see Arch playing that bad again. He didn't play a very good game. Well, people can sit up there and say he didn't. Yeah, he's unworthy of that. Now everybody trying to be unworthy of his 5 rank. Y'all act like he didn't come in last year in SEC playing games and put up major numbers.
Well, when they brought him in, though, Mac, they had a plan for him.
Yeah, it's a bit different.
Now he's the plan. Now
Man,
he's the
telling you,
plan.
man. Get it.
He got to come
Man,
on.
it's different to play that
Bro,
whole
that's
game.
that's the first time he's got his team on a national schedule, on a national level. He's going to the defending national champs. Like, come on now. Like,
Hey, man,
we think he's gonna go 17 for 30 every game for 100 yards. Like, what we talking about here?
Now that team is fire.
Look, I'm not saying he was supposed to go out there and throw for 350, 3 touchdowns, but I am saying I'm supposed to see flashes, and I didn't see any.
Yeah,
Did you see flashes?
We did
he
see
was off the mark.
flashes.
Saturday, you saw flashes?
Bro.
I mean,
On
they had a
Big
chance
Noon?
at the end. They had a chance in the end too. I mean,
They
that's
did.
kind of what
That's
you
because
want.
both defenses have played really good ball.
But that's the kind of team they're going to be, though. They're going to be a defensive-driven team with a first-year starter quarterback. You know, so you're going to have to let that guy grow up as the season goes. Like, to put him out there. Like, I know the media's already done it. You know, we've already done it, the hype, the hoopla. But, I mean, he's got to go play. He ain't played a lot yet. So, I mean, I think the more we'll see, the more we'll know.
Y'all think it was coincidence? Y'all think it was coincidence that he hopped on and said Arch ain't leaving after this year? That wasn't a coincidence. They know.
They know what's up.
Arch needs the experience.
I agree. But it could look very different.
Listen, you know that quarterback that's down at Oregon State right now that was at Duke. Guess who ran him out of Texas? Arch. Like, people can sit up there and say what you want. He's the best man for that.
It could be politics. Look, I'm telling you, man. I went to their playoff game last year, and the fans wanted Arch. And Quinn started the whole season, but the fans, they wanted Arch. So if I'm the number 2/3 quarterback, I'm leaving too. I feel like the writing's on the wall. I know you're gonna pick him.
I'm just saying, man. Y'all trying to write Arch off after
I'm
that
not writing
game.
him off. Wait. I'm sorry. I'm not writing him off.
That's unreal.
Wait.
I think Sarkisian didn't give him a great plan. I think the plan is what yours was doing last year. You know, I think put the ball in, throw the glance, put the ball in, throw the bubble.
And guess what you can do with Arch now? What Spoon was just talking about earlier. Go keep a little Q counter, little Q power.
I think the family been on their horn, Mac. Look, this offensive plays we like that we ran that are, you know, and the NFL's waiting on that.
Not doing that. I really hope they're not doing that.
But we know the NFL is. But you know the NFL is still waiting on Peyton Manning and them to walk through the door. You know they still waiting on that type of prospect. You know, so you kind of want to dress it up to look a certain way so he can be, you know, up for the Heisman in a year or two and sitting right there in that green room, being the first guy to get his name called.
Yeah.
So it could be some influence from the family there, but at the same time, hell, it's Sarkisian's program.
So wait, he came into week 1 as a Heisman favorite, which is odd in my opinion to even give him that much. It's a person who hasn't started the game yet. Come on now, Max, stop.
Man, no, I'm saying preseason anything is all like it's all to get people like you riled up.
No, it is.
You get riled up.
Whoa.
You get riled up.
It is, and I would normally get riled up if you tell me that a returning starter is preseason, you know, Heisman favorite. I'm like, I get it.
I think Sellers was second. Was he not?
Maybe
he might be up there.
But look,
But listen, I think the flashes that Archie showed last year were awesome, right? And then I think that people are saying that now, right? Texas supposedly has the best roster in football, supposedly.
They just lost,
right?
This the thing. This the thing right
this
there,
dude here, man.
Hold on,
man.
But there's a reason why they lost, man.
This dude is crazy, dog.
You look at how remember all them draft picks they had last year?
Yeah,
bro. Quinn Ewers, Jaden Blue, Matthew Golden, Isaiah Bond, both of the receivers, tight end Gunnar Ham, the right or left tackle, Kelvin Banks Jr. I mean, that's a lot to replace.
Yeah, it is.
So, I mean, I think it's just going to go slow there. But we're going to always call a spade a spade. Now, he ain't have a good game. Now, he
did not. Yeah. He did not. But you see Rutt trying to write a ball.
No. First,
they got to figure it out.
I'm not writing him off.
He's got a burner account on Twitter right now, talking crazy about Arch right now.
Wait. I'm not.
Don't forget
which
account you tweeting from.
Stop. Wait, look. I'm not writing him off, but I'm just saying we can all agree we expected to see more. That's a fair statement.
Okay,
I'm not saying he had to go out and go crazy. I didn't expect him to throw for 300. I didn't expect it to look bad. Is what I'm trying to say.
I guess for me is like
that's Ohio State.
That team, that game, that if you watch the game, that was a good football game. And I like points.
It was good. I watched the first half. It was fun
But
to
like
watch.
it was
Till my
yeah. I
tea
mean,
time came up.
I don't know, man. I just
It was out of-
Bye.
I that loss doesn't like that. If I'm Texas, yeah, you want to win the game, but like I'm not hitting the panic button at all, right? I think
No.
if you're Bama, okay, we gotta change what we do a little bit,
Bama need that. They need to go to the woodshed a little bit this
right?
week at practice. You know what
If
I'm
you're
saying?
Yeah.
if you're Colorado, right, which I don't know who expected them to do whatever, Dion's got to be like, okay, what's realistically my expectation of this team? Like,
Huh.
because now it's like, all right, Shador's gone, Travis is gone, right? Like, so
Mhm.
to me, these are bigger storylines than Texas lost to Ohio State,
Well,
right?
that's definitely what you want to keep that internal though. You know, because prime expectations are gonna be what they are anyway, right? They're gonna
Yeah.
talk bad about him anyway when he do good or bad. So if he can keep that house together, then I think they'll still definitely have their season in front of them, Mac. I feel you there, but
Yeah,
just
I guess. Go
watching
ahead.
them
Yeah.
against Georgia Tech, man. I was proud of Georgia Tech, man. You know, I'm pretty good friends with Coach Key. You know, he's friends with my ortho doc. So just meeting him and finding a little bit out about how to coach and him helping me this summer at the clinic and stuff. It's kind of cool to see them go on the road and handle their business. But I'm worried a little bit about Colorado just because they have so many like resources, so many great like NFL people, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out where is that attention to detail. Like, I
Yeah.
haven't seen it in their program since they've been
What
there.
what year is this for him?
It's his
Is this
Three.
is this
third year
three?
there. Third
Okay.
year
Three.
there.
Okay. So to me, right, like this year, like you have to be at the very least, you got to be 8 win. Your fourth year though, if it doesn't turn into like what everybody think, like then we got to start looking around, being like, all right, like like what are we so like fast like obsessed
Yeah.
with?
It's
Like what
go.
are
Yeah.
we
It
so
goes.
obsessed with?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Love prime Hall of Famer, best one, got it. But what are we so obsessed with now from a coaching standpoint?
Yeah.
Right? Like at
So
pretty soon,
It's
your
it's
walks got
coming.
to match the talk.
It's coming. And he's done
yeah.
a great job. Like, we ain't
Yeah.
saying that. Like, with what they've done in such a short period of time, but
Yeah.
with the resources that
Yes.
they have and what they're bringing in, like,
Yes.
I'm kind of looking like when they go, because they're preparing. They look like a Big 12 team,
They
you know,
do.
Yes.
instead of
Yes.
instead of
Yes.
like what we're
Yes.
talking about here all the time.
Yes.
These teams like
Hmm.
that are really at the forefront of the game. So that's what's
Yeah.
interesting to me. They still
And,
got linebackers with hot Cheeto legs. You know what
exactly.
I'm
And
saying?
let
That's
me
Yeah.
all the
Where
best.
is
clarify.
that?
I love what Coach Prime is doing, and I want him to do.
Yeah.
I love what he's doing. I want him to do well. Like I'm hoping that I would love to see Colorado like win the Big 12. Like I would love to see that because I think that would be good for college football. I
Yeah.
guess for me, it's like just like we're talking about Alabama right now. Like everybody who we are have been talking about coming into the season. Like, okay, well, where are we at now? Like, how are things going? Like, okay now, like, at what point do we start to say, hey, this is just what it is, a very above average football team? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or are we gonna continue to basically like give flowers and props to things that haven't happened yet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what
They're
I
on
We
the
mean?
can't. We
you
can't
just
keep
feel
doing
like
that.
they're on the right path, so you
Yeah.
just kind of, but I don't know, from the outside in, it's just like I want to see them make the turn too, because
Hmm.
that'll give me that reassurance that I'm on the right path, to see like a coach who's relatable and
Yeah.
cares about the
Yeah,
kids, and that would make me feel a little bit more like, oh, they got a program out there.
Hmm.
Mm,
because
So
because Iowa State's not slowing down, Arizona State's not slowing down,
no
uh,
way.
Kansas State, even though they just had a tough one to a FCS school,
Yeah.
uh,
yeah.
like everybody there is elevating their game. You look at BYU, you look at Baylor's better than this. I don't who won that Baylor Auburn game.
Auburn beat
They
them.
pushed it. Auburn beat them, but it was
Auburn
back
got
and
it first.
forth. It
So
was
like
back and
I,
forth
you
though.
see teams starting to do that. So like okay now,
so I think a little bit of this is unfair. I think the Big 12 is not a very strong conference in totality. And I think the same thing about the ACC today. Could that change a little bit later in the season? Yes. And I think you're going to have teams inevitably towards the end of the season who are getting these playoff bids who I don't think could last the full season in the Big Ten or the SEC.
but that's what makes the playoffs so great, bro.
Mm.
You don't have to last a whole season. You got to last a game.
a good point.
right? Arizona State had to last a game, and
That's
then
true.
you got to go back to the drawing board. Can you last another game? You don't got
Yeah.
to last 10 of them, and I think that's why like I like it. You know what I mean? I
Hmm.
like it.
I
I
just
like
don't.
because go ahead.
I've never wanted to see a team that I felt like wasn't worthy of being in that position. In that position, and who am I to say? But I don't
Let,
like.
let,
Yeah.
let me ask you a question. We talked about the Big Ten,
Yeah.
okay? Other than Ohio State last year,
Okay.
even those top Indiana, Penn State,
Oregon,
Oregon, right? Who else was up there last year in the Big Ten?
Michigan fell off.
Michigan fell out
Yeah,
there.
that was
Man.
so kind of those four.
If you put them in the SEC and they play a full 9-game SEC schedule,
Mm.
are they 11-1 like they were over in the Big Ten?
Oregon, maybe not.
So,
Indiana, definitely not. You know what? You're right. Okay.
so
You,
what are
but
we
they,
talking about?
but
What are
I
we
will say
talking
this:
about?
there,
You know what
there
I
are
mean?
things,
Yeah.
but there are things to those schedules of these teams that are in these conferences that don't really align like with like flight schedules. Like, look, like you might have
Yeah.
to play in Syracuse and then LA. You know, like
That's
it's a
crazy.
lot of movement in that conference just based on Big 12 too. I feel like you gotta remember we used to go see Colorado. I mean, we left a little early to go get that one, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
some of the things that they have to deal with as far as like traveling coast to coast, I think
Mm-hmm.
that's a little bit tougher than the SEC. But when you talk about what's going on the field, I think the SEC is going to have the edge there, no doubt, because it's not a doubt in my mind that the Big Ten doesn't have that tradition and that they care as much as, I mean, maybe not as much down here. I mean, these people, I mean, bro, it's
Crazy down here.
like
Yeah.
we're scheduling practice so people can watch SEC games on Saturday, man. Like y'all
Yeah,
can come in
no,
on
that's what's
NFL
up.
day because on Saturday the boys is watching ball. You know
You
what
gotta
I'm saying?
watch the
I'm
ball.
like,
Yeah.
wow, this
That's
is
what's
nuts.
up.
So it's wild down here, but I just really believe that I think the SEC would give Big Ten a run for their money because once you get past that seven, you know, that front seven, man, it's just get a little different in the SEC, man.
It does.
Them dudes were catching them balls and running for 90 yards. You know, on defense, you're like, man, how they doing? Like, who are these people, bro?
Yeah.
These dudes
Yeah.
athletic as hell, bro.
I I will say this. I'm doing that based off last year. I think this year,
Yeah, that's
if
true.
it's different, it's different.
It's
Talk to
true
me.
now.
Right? If it's different, it's different.
What?
But I'm telling you right now, like if I could take Texas, Bama, Georgia, Tennessee, Auburn, Ole Miss,
Mm,
Missouri,
mm.
like, or I got to take Penn State,
It's
Oregon, Ohio State, Indiana, Michigan,
it
South
just gets
Carolina.
Oh,
Like,
South Carolina.
it falls off just a little quicker in that conference, and it don't never
you
fall
know,
off in the SEC, bro. You
That's a
just
good
keep
point.
on talking. But I don't
That's a
know,
good
man.
point.
What we saw
LSU.
so
now,
Yeah, that's
Matt.
a good point.
We know you got some ties.
LSU,
A&M. Yeah.
A and M, like that.
Not
That's all that
Kentucky
I'm
though.
saying.
Not
But
Kentucky.
Illinois.
He said not
Man,
Kentucky.
listen.
I
I don't
gotta
even
say
even
Kentucky.
know if
I gotta say Kentucky, bro, because I need to know because Missouri and Kentucky, that game is always a dog fight, bro.
They did.
We look like
it
we should
is.
dog walk that.
But after what
I
Kentucky
went to the
did
Kentucky
Saturday,
game. I went to the Kentucky game this Saturday against Toledo. Hats off to Toledo. I think Toledo is one of the better Group 5 teams, right?
mm-hmm.
MAC teams. I was a little underwhelmed with the offensive display that I saw from Kentucky. Like I
Yeah,
like it and listen, my cousin's there,
Yeah.
right? And it just like so receivers total had now
He threw for like
listen,
85 yards.
yeah, but the receivers total had 4 total catches for 12 yards.
who they was playing? Ohio State.
So
That
one
was crazy. I
Jay
just
had
checked the
one
stat
for
line.
11, another guy had one for 6, and then another guy had 2 for -5.
Oh my gosh.
So
Yeah,
like it
that's
like
bad.
So
but like there like the opportunities also weren't there as well. So like it's a lot going on there. I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I'm not in the locker room. I don't know what type of game plan they had. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if the quarterback was hurt, what was going on. But
Yeah.
that's why I didn't say Kentucky. I'm probably gonna say Vanderbilt over
hmm
Kentucky.
We haven't spoken about Florida yet.
Florida.
I know they didn't play anybody, but I'm
Yeah.
a Lagway.
We'll
I
see.
want to see what Lagway gonna do this year with the whole clip, you know. But
Yeah.
it's be interesting to see some of these SEC teams that are kind of under the radar, but you know that they got enough money to get the
To
roster
make.
they need, and
Yeah.
when the games come up that means something, you might have to deal with that, you know.
That's true.
I just-
That's true. But look. Before we go, we got to do score predictions for Mizzou
Ooh.
versus Kansas.
Lord.
Score prediction, and I personally think this is going to be a defensive game.
All right.
It better not be for my
Can't be.
sake.
I don't think there's going to be a run it up score. I'm going to say Mizzou 21-17.
You think it's gonna be that close?
Let me see.
Yes.
Let me see what Kansas did last year.
I think it's going to be Mizzou 21-17. We'll make a couple more stops and maybe create one or two more turnovers than they do. Like we ran up the score. So Kansas gave up a touchdown relatively early in their game versus Wagner. I was like, oh, that's it was a simple play, it's uncharacteristic. So I'm thinking maybe we end up scoring touchdowns more than them. But I think with everything surrounding this game, all the hype, all the noise, really both teams' first true test, if you want to call it that. 17-21 Mizzou.
Yeah, man.
What you got, J-Mac?
Go ahead, Frank. I'm thinking.
I'm looking. I had to go back into the archives, man. I'm sitting here on the
Yeah.
computer now, scrolling back. In the last matchup, we won. That was November 26, 2011. I don't know if it was at KU or at Arrowhead, but that's the end of the year. Had to be at Arrowhead, but we beat them by 14 points that day. So I'm gonna go with our new SEC self. I'm gonna say we really showed that we're a part of a conference that's truly like the grinder. You know, you like people go over there and it's just tough, man. That's tough sledding. I got us 35-7, and I'm at home, and that reminded me. I think we had the last time we played them at our place. It might have been a similar score too.
Okay.
Akeem Talib scored on a screen pass. That was the only score of the game.
What you said, 35-7?
35-7
for the blowout.
I'm gonna go 38-24. And the reason being is
A lot of points.
I think Kansas,
they averaged 26 last year.
I think Kansas will put some points on the board. I think this is the only nice thing I'll ever say about them. Their offense, when they're clicking, is fun to watch. Now,
it's usually in a bowl game when you've seen it though. It's like, you know,
it was
through 7 touchdowns
for
in the
me,
bowl
it was
game.
under the last OC that went to Penn State last year. So like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? So I'd be interested to see. I haven't watched either of their first two games, but I'm gonna say 38-24, and I'm gonna say 38-24. Good guys.
Good guys.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, look. Go ahead. Spawn, what you got? Something else?
It was 42-17, November 25th, 2006, last game at the stadium. So, you know, we handled the business, man. We had to stop that skid because we started 6-0 that year, if y'all remember.
Yeah.
So we was grooving, and then we went on a little skid, and then that was the get back right with Kansas. So hopefully, man, we can show everybody, you know, that we're hip to what's going on, and we want to show everybody what we got going.
What uniforms? What color jerseys we wearing? You think black or gold? What you think?
Ooh.
Oh, at home?
I hope black. I don't
Black.
want no trouble. I don't want no trouble, Mac. I don't want no trouble.
Yeah, you know, we got some superstitions around that jersey color.
Hey, man, they ain't put our names on the jerseys. I knew.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was.
This ain't got nothing to do with your mama. This ain't got nothing to do with your daddy. This here go back to the Civil War.
Hey, listen, I got that gold jersey hanging up, man.
Yes, man. It's a beautiful jersey though.
Beautiful
jersey.
Just bare on the back.
It's tough, man. I like that. I like that all black at home though, man. It looks pretty good.
Same. Give me all black. I might take all black top, white bottom.
Ooh,
White bottom.
that's hard though.
What color helmets?
Block M's, Mac. We need block M's.
I think the block M's are definitely gonna be there.
You got to have the block M's in this game.
Block M's.
We ain't even got the M in the stadium.
Yeah, you got to put on the helmet. You're right.
We gotta have it.
Let's go block.
Man,
Let's go.
It's
block
gonna be
it.
live in that thing though, man. It's gonna be something to see, bro. And I think the Tigers really are like that though. You know, we're trying to figure some things out, but to see that quarterback play that way, like I'm high on him. It's just, man, the real competition's coming. I know I'm a little tough on him, but man, I just hope he can do that, man, because I ain't ready to see the young guy yet. And if Sam come back healthy, you know what I'm saying? If I was telling Sam, I'd go get you some baseball, son.
I think I think Bo's got green light. I don't. Even if Bo plays bad, I think Bo's the guy. Like
Yeah.
you're not gonna rush Zollers in there, and Bo's the guy. And honestly, if you don't have to play Zollers at all, you don't. Because honestly, I don't even know what the red shirt rules are anymore because
Me
it's
either.
changed so much.
I
But
have no clue.
yeah, I mean, if you ain't got to burn it, don't burn it.
Yeah. Well, look, True Sons, man. Look, everybody who will be at the Mizzou game this Saturday at 2:30, your True Sons will be in attendance, man. We would love to connect with everybody, man.
Got
Go
to
ahead.
sign in beforehand. 12:30.
Where?
Let 'em
Me
know.
Spoon, Denario, Justin Britt, Marcus
Yeah.
Golden, um,
Location.
Chase Kaufman, maybe.
Chase Kaufman.
I think
Location, I believe we're on the concourse. I will be tweeting some information out from my social media accounts this week.
Most definitely.
Sounds good, man. Hey, can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see my
Come
eyes
on
again
out.
this weekend, man. Come on out, man. Enjoy
Come on.
a Saturday in Columbia, Missouri with your True Sons, man. Once again, I'm Kevin Rutland here with Jeremy Macklin, Sean Weatherspoon, man. True Sons brought to you by TPL. Have a good one, fellas.